RugbyAM Down Under, proudly sponsored by Glory Days, the UK's #1 choice for your worldwide sporting tours.
G'day, mate. It's the Aussie show, Jonesy. Happy New Year and all that.
Yep.
Welcome to RugbyAM. I'm Alex Simmons.
I'm Jamie Jones Buchanan.
And it's an exciting year, and we've got two of many exciting new kind of little projects and also new challenges to talk about this year. Firstly, Jones is wearing his RugbyAM Minis kit, which is a new scheme we're doing. 3 to 6 year old kids, getting them into rugby, getting them playing.
Do you know what? It's all about grassroots, isn't it?
Yep.
We all started somewhere. For me, it was Stanley, but there's so many great amateur clubs out there. And, you know, in the off-season, a lot of people have come up to me and said they love RugbyAM, but they also like to see the young kids and all. They want to see more young kids playing and the grassroots stuff. So that's hopefully what we're going to get to you this year through our RugbyAM Minis. We're providing a service for all those young boys and girls as well, Simo. Yep. Girls are massive now to come through and fulfil their potential in rugby league.
Yeah, if you work at a rugby club or you volunteer, give us a call, give us a message, and we'll let you know if you can get yourself a Minis down at your club. The other one is the Resource What Bike Challenge. We're in front of the banner.
You what, you what?
You what, you what, you what. We've got the guys, the players from all over the country, jumping on a watt bike, and it's the quickest to get to 1,000 metres.
Yeah, it's a real challenge. I haven't done it yet. I've only had a few goals at it, but I will get it this year. Yeah. But we've done a few, haven't we?
Yeah.
Has anybody come close yet?
Yeah, very, very close to under a minute. Very close.
Beautiful.
We've got our very own Stig as well.
Stig.
Who's going to be having a go. Like you've seen the top gear Stig, who obviously races the car around. We've got an ex-player, we're naming no names, ex-professional player, and he's going to come on with a mask and set the bar pretty high. I'm telling you now, pretty high.
Have we got a mask? Wow.
That is what the Stig will look like. Might just do the rest of the link with this on. Arriba, arriba!
You're on the wrong channel.
So, yeah, this is the Stig's mask, and that'll be on our little Stig who's going to be setting the bar pretty high. Awesome. This show is looking back. Big thanks to Dave Hardy and the Glory Days team. All those people who came with us to Australia, what a memorable time we had.
They were brilliant, weren't they? Particularly the ones that stick out of my mind. Bubbles was a great lad, but the Hull fans were crazy.
Oh, mate.
They made him get Old Faithful tattooed on his arm, which you're going to see at some point. But it was a great trip. I've only just got over it, to be honest with you. Yeah. But the biggest thing, the value of the jet lag coming back, because I don't sleep on planes, I find that I get up early now. Ever since I come back, I was waking up at 5:30, 6, and I've carried on doing it, and it's done wonders for me.
Right, so it's chronological order, starting in Melbourne, where we started our tour with Glory Days, and take us back to how you felt, because you like Melbourne the best.
Yeah, I was also the freshest in Melbourne as well, and I caught up with some great old friends like Marcus Bai, bumped into Gareth Ellis over there, and I just like the systematic nature of Melbourne. It's very artificial, which I don't usually like, but it's just easy to get around, and it's very sporty. The thing that struck me is that there's all these sporting facilities, but they all share it.
Yeah.
So you can be an athletics team, you can be a rugby league team, a soccer team, and usually people, and we hate this word, don't we, parochial, but everybody gets their little patch and thinks, nobody else is coming on here, nobody's playing, this is ours, this is our identity. But in Melbourne, they share it for the good of the city, and it really shines through.
Right, well, let's go now to see Jonesy on the vlog in Melbourne.
Shot.
Hello, Josie.
We've just got to Abu Dhabi on first leg.
Yep.
And Simo's had a great sleep.
7 hours.
7 hours he's done.
7 hours.
He reckons he's got it tactically thought out,
listen,
but I'm not too sure.
I've done this trip now 5 times, and last night I was like a zombie because I stayed up all night.
Yep.
And that's what you have to do. You have to fight through it, sleep now, get a big feed in you, and sleep again. But you get towards boom.
But me and Jimmy, we stayed up last night.
That's right.
We slept last night, and we're going to stay right through to Australia. So
right.
we'll see. But right now we're going to enjoy a bit of Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
I've never been here before.
Abu. You're scared of flying. How was your flight? The first part of your flight, mate?
I don't like flying. I'm convinced that I'm going to go to my doom whenever I go on a plane. But thankfully, the flight was pretty good. These planes are that big, they seem to let you forget pretty quick. But ask Jimmy, it reminded me a little bit of the flight on Golden Child when the chat are selling bits of squid and they're all smoking and that. Do an impression, Jimmy.
And they go, Hannes or your Hannes? And Eddie Murphy goes, Hannes or your Hannes? Sits there wafting.
They've got the old doctor headphones on as well, the old periscope thing and what they are.
Running circles through my mind, together till the end of time. Always the friend you feel inside. Clearly, the girl I cannot hide. The girl I cannot hide.
You came over to Wigan and you were a phenomenon back then. What do you remember about playing in England and Wigan back in the 80s?
Well, look, I'd been to England in '82 on a kangaroo tour, and then I had and obviously when you're on a kangaroo tour, you're with a lot of footballers, you're staying in motels, and then I had the opportunity to go and play at Wigan, and I wasn't 100% sure. To be honest with you, I wasn't that keen to do it. But I was getting married at the end of 1984, and my wife to be then was she was keen to come to England, and so I thought, okay, well, there was 2 guys, Eric Grath and Neil Hunt, who were playing for Leeds. So I was actually hoping that I could play for Leeds, so at least I know someone there. But with the way the rules were, I couldn't play at Leeds, and I got an opportunity to play at Wigan. You know, and I still have great memories. I've actually got it on DVD, the Challenge Cup final, and every now and then I'll put it on.
85.
Yeah.
It's considered to be the best Challenge Cup final of all time, even now to this day. What do you remember about that game?
Oh, mate.
Like before the game, what happened before the game?
The first thing that comes to mind is being out on the field, walking out onto the field in front of 100,000 people, and then standing in line, being introduced to all the dignitaries of the game of the British Rugby League and the Australian Rugby League. And I've always said, you know, I was a little disappointed with Princess Di wasn't there, because I would have liked to have met her, and I know she wanted to meet me. But a great experience. I really enjoyed it. It's some wonderful memories playing at Wembley Stadium, and even back at Central Park. I think it was probably 2 days later we arrived back at Central Park, and the club had invited my mum and dad to come over and watch the game, and
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's class.
That was great, you know, and they'd never been outside of Australia at that stage, but we had to take them to the airport that day when we arrived back at Central Park, and I remember going up into the boardroom and out onto the balcony and looking, and I could not see a blade of grass. There were that many people, and it was phenomenal. I've never experienced anything like it before, and since. And it's just, it was an amazing day, and both playing at Wembley and being back at Central Park. It was just absolutely fantastic. It was some wonderful memories, and unfortunately we had to play, I think, a week later in the semi-final of the Premiership, and we got beaten by St Helens. So that was a little disappointing, but to me, the Challenge Cup final, that was the ultimate in British Rugby League, and to be able to win that at my first time trying, and also walk away with a Landstride trophy, some very special memories.
And the try you scored, when you act around, you weren't even aiming to score. No. You were looking for somebody else.
Yes, I was looking for Henderson Gill. And Gilly, I was looking for you. And he was another 10 or 15 metres behind me. And I've looked and I thought, well, I'm going to have to keep running. And I went a little bit wider and just fortunately enough, had enough speed to just get away from the fullback who I think just clipped my leg, but wasn't hard enough to make me fall over. And yeah, fortunately come up with a try. It was a planned move, and it was a great pass by Michael Ford, put me into the hole. And yeah, but now I was looking for Gilly, and as usual, Gilly was hanging back, reading books or doing something. But he come up with a great try himself, Gilly, and he was a great bloke and a real good mate. I really enjoyed playing with Gilly and enjoyed being part of his company.
RugbyAM Down Under, proudly sponsored by Glory Days, the UK's #1 choice for your worldwide sporting tours. RugbyAM Down Under, proudly sponsored by Glory Days, the UK's #1 choice for your worldwide sporting tours.
Weird. What's even weirder than that is the traffic lights laugh at you. Somewhere in an email, somebody forgot to tell us that we need photo ID to get into grounds, so I've just had to run back to my room at the hotel to get my passport. And I had a bit of a scare because I thought I might have lost it. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I've got it now. I've got to get back down into the street and look for Simo in a taxi. Get to game, running late.
Can I see you, Hannes?
Can I see you, Hannes?
Can I see you, Hannes?
The Army Park. Army Park. Yeah, the Melbourne and Storm. Army Park, yeah. Sweet. My brother.
Best thing about being at World Cup is meeting really famous people. Hey guys, how are you, lad?
Hey, alright.
Alright, what are you doing? Where are you stopping?
I'm going home tomorrow.
Are you going home? All the way home?
Yeah, all the way home tomorrow.
Brilliant. We've been doing a bit of sort of vlogging and catching up with a few players. How have you been, mate, in these first few sort of weeks of retirement? We've gone over it all.
Well, I've not broke sweat without on purpose anyway since I finished playing. I'm getting to that point, like normally in pre-season you sort of get to a point where you're looking forward to getting back, and I'm not looking forward to getting back playing, but I'm looking forward to doing a bit of something just to get myself healthy rather than anything else. But I've really enjoyed it. I've been here for 4 weeks now.
Brilliant, awesome.
Family were over for a bit and I've loved it.
Who's going to stand out today, do you reckon, for England?
Today, I thought Gareth Widdop were very good at fullback last week, probably the man of the match. But I think it'll be in the forwards where the game's won today. It's a tough battle with some big hits out there.
Just tell us, you played against PNG before, what's it like for everybody at home? What is it, how bad is it?
The thing is, it's not like when you play against teams, you've done your own work and you highlight sort of people. When you carry the ball against PNG, you've got wingers playing at you, you've got full-backs, prop forwards, back rowers. So yeah, I think that's the key. If England plays smart, I think they can sort of exploit their strength, which is their aggression.
We're not allowed to film next to pitch, so I'm going to have to turn it off, unfortunately. But I hope you watch it at home anyway. But I found him! He's here, Siggy Arrow!
Hey mate!
Say hello to everybody at home.
Hi camera, how you doing?
To everybody out in Tammy out here. He's buzzing all, look at that.
I'm winning.
Can you tell if I mix it up which one's
black?
Which one's the white guy? Well, this vehicle of rugby league has given me lots of opportunities to see the world, but also it creates us friends as well. And you've got a lot of friends within Australia. Who are some of those that stand out, who you love to meet when you get over here?
Well, you can make friends anywhere if you want, if you're that type of a person. But rugby league is such a violent game, as such, but such a friendly game. And the people who we play against, we hate each other, but we love each other at the same time. So I get on with people that I've never liked when I played against them, but now we're the best friends in the world, and I'm meeting up with quite a few of them in Sydney and Brisbane, and maybe when we get to Auckland. Also in Melbourne.
Who would they be?
I'm meeting with Graham Eady, the great wombat, played full-back with the Halifax, and Terry Webb, who played with us at Leeds. In fact, I could go on for a day telling you, but they're all turning up at the games. They've all been texting me, oh, when you're in town, let's get there, let's have a beer. Yeah. We talk about old times and just have a ball. And that's the rugby league family. And even the supporters that's come with us on this trip are absolutely enjoying this and having a ball. And it's just a big, happy family. It's great. Yeah. Best sport in the world.
We're on a Glory Days trip right now, and we've been fortunate to come over. They've paid for us to come and do a little bit of hosting, do a bit of filming, and spread the great word. It's a fantastic opportunity to see Australia. Roy's always there or thereabouts, but it's fair to say, Roy, isn't it, now that when people know that Roy's in Melbourne, they almost know, without you telling them, which bars to go to find you. You know your route, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And you've got people tagging along now.
I certainly do, and we haven't found them all yet, but we'll maybe call in most of them. And I've got a right group with me at the moment. One or two of them wasn't big drinkers when they set off, but they're certainly enjoying themselves now, and they're even enjoying themselves with their wives, so it must be doing something right. Yeah, what a great trip.
What is it that attracts you? You're talking about festivals, you just like to go see different cultures, see a bit of the world. What is it that attracts you to a place?
Well, I've always travelled. I like to travel. I like motorcycling. I get on my bike, just put my tent on the back, and I'll shoot off for 2 or 3 months. Yeah. And you meet different people, and there's also people doing that, the same thing what you're doing. But when it's a rugby tournament like this, it just gives you the opportunity to do it with with great people as well, that you meet. Some of these guys on here and couples will make friendships for life now. You know, that's at the bonding. That's what it is. You know, they meet the Aussies and the whinging Aussies and that, but they're great folk, and it's all a bit of banter. It's a bit of fun, and it's great. I love it.
How's it been to catch up with Brett Kennedy? You played against him a fair bit when you was younger.
What a great guy, what a great player, you know. And they played at the era before. I think all the big money came into the game. Right. And they played with the heart, for the love, for the prestige. And as you say, they're still involved in it, and they're still loving it. Yeah, great guy.
Have you seen a bit of an increase in the way that fans have followed their country in this World Cup as opposed to other tournaments in the past?
Oh, they're loving it, aren't they? Yeah. They're loving it. The PNG folk yesterday at the stadium was the noise they were making, you know, banging the drums and everything, you know. I think everybody thought the dinner ready. You know? I don't know, it was absolutely fantastic. And next week in Auckland, when we get there, we're going to be I think there'll be more of them than us.
And you've never been to Auckland, have you?
I've never ever been to New Zealand. I'm looking forward to going, yeah.
Did you have a chance to play there? But
I had a chance to play there in the late 70s and early 80s, but somebody told me that it was the same climate as Leeds. Right. So I thought, well, I'm not going to the other side of the world to be like that. I'll go to Australia, where the sunshine is, and that's what I like. If you've never done it before, this is the way to start off and do it. Yeah. You know, because everything's looked after. Everything's organised for you. Yeah. If once you've done this, you get to know what to do. You can do it on your own, or you can come with me. No problem. I'll look after you.
You can't come in February. You go to Brazil, aren't you? You go to Brazil?
I might just go a bit later. I'll see. I might go from here. Yeah.
Get over it. See Roy Dickinson. Enjoy the tours. It's outstanding.
Cheers. Thank you.
I want you every day, oh. I want you every day, every day.
We did get up quite early, myself and Alex. We went to the gym, had a walk around Melbourne. Simo got his DJI Osmo out, which is an outstanding piece of kit. We've done most of the filming. I might even do a bit of a vlog about that actually, at one particular quiet day. That'd be quite cool. And we went and did a little bit of training, which was good because we were at a fitness first gym. We did a decent session again.
Hey Daniel, our personal trainer for today.
How do you feel, Simo?
I feel brilliant. I feel like I've trimmed up a little bit. If I'm honest, I've got a newfound respect for Jonesy because obviously with RugbyAM, he's always been there and thereabouts. Obviously I'm in office every day. And to do what you do, like the training's proper intense, and Kirky always tells me, who I train with most days in Plexus, that Jonesy's problem, if anything, is the fact that when he's training as an athlete, he can either train too little and get injured or too much and get injured. And Jones is the guy that flirts with too much. And I've never known an intensity like it in the gym, and it's been an eye-opener. It's been really, really tough, but I've enjoyed it, and 3 days in, I just want to get through every day with you. So, newfound respect for what you do RugbyAM, because I just sleep all day if I just train like you do every day.
It was good, and I want to be as good as we can be. Well, I can be anyway when we take on Melbourne. They've already started advertising it. We're getting into it, and we don't want them to beat us. We want to do really well. But also this morning we went down and we had a quick chat with Gary Schofield to talk about his team, his England team, the team that he'd pick to win the World Cup. Jimmy, tell us when that'll be going out. How can people watch that?
I'll have it put together the next couple of days, so that'll be online. Yeah, we'll definitely have it out before the semi-final. And also we spoke to Roy and Brett Kenny as well, didn't we? So we'll get some stuff out.
Brett Kenny, yeah, it's really good stuff.
Go on, get Jimmy's phone.
No, it's the guy that delivers the pizza. Where he goes, whenever you eat at my restaurant, never eat BLT. And he says, I had a doll like that one time, but my cat, he bites its head off.
RugbyAM Down Under, proudly sponsored by Glory Days, the UK's #1 choice for your worldwide sporting tours. RugbyAM Down Under, proudly sponsored by Glory Days, the UK's #1 choice for your worldwide sporting tours.
Welcome back to part 3 here, RugbyAM, and we're going to go now to my favourite place on the tour, which is Auckland. Amazing people, amazing scenery, and a truly amazing game. Humbling to be part of that experience, that semi-final, England versus Tonga.
Best game I've ever been to as a spectator, bar none. And
in any sport?
Yeah, easy. The legacy that it left behind, and that's all anybody ever talks about when they talk about World Cup, the Tonga game. And it was brilliant, because of the result and the sort of the drama at the last 6.5 minutes when they nearly scored 24 points. It was like, hold on to your hats. But the way that the Tongans responded, you'd think usually the English sort of persona with sport is, he didn't go to video ref, or they'd be quite upset about the fact that he didn't do it. But it was dramatic, and they didn't carry on. They were upset for about 20 seconds, then they started singing, praying, and wishing England all the best, which was brilliant humility.
Absolutely brilliant. We're not going to talk much more about it because we've got so much to get in. This is RugbyAM with Glory Days in Auckland.
Right, so we've arrived in Auckland, a little bit cooler, a bit stressful actually coming through there. A lot of building work going on, and as we all know, Kiwis are renowned for being a little bit laid back, shall we say, so they want the fastest process in the world. Then we come through and there's a little sniffer dog at the other side, and an unlucky Asian couple got a bit of a scratch at the bag, and then another Asian little girl come across and tried to stroke the dog and pet, and the security weren't happy about that. She says, don't do that please, do not do that.
What's been your favourite part? We've just left Simo in Tattoo Parlour. He's got it done. The Ulfan's got into his head, and a little bit of peer pressure got the better of him.
Get into the tour spirit. I decided to go with these boys. They've all got tattoos for the tour, and because I'm a lovely Radford as the top lad has been great at RugbyAM, I want to get all faithful in the mind just to mark respect to Radders.
We've had a really good day today, as you know.
Fantastic day, mate. Great to catch up with Andy here.
It's our first full day in Auckland and we've come right down to Takapuna Beach. In the background we've got a 600-year-old volcano that apparently erupted. There's no there, and it erupted and just created this massive landmass. And the reason why... It's falling over! Falling out, Didge! And the reason why we've come down here is to see my old teammate, Leeds ex-Cass player, Andy here, and here he is.
It's good to see some English boys over here and some friends, and this is not a bad venue to play your trade, and luckily enough I'm over here and doing what I love and being involved in rugby league still. So Takapuna Beach, great venue, some nice background there, and I don't know if you see the shot of Rangitoto in the back, but it's pretty impressive. Been here over a year now and getting to know the place pretty well.
We've seen you play in some massive games, and one of the biggest games you're involved with when you were a young kid, and you're famous for getting a real big dig off Kelvin Skerritt. It was a bad one at the time. I think with the Regal Trophy final, were it?
Andy! Oh, what about that? Send him off! Send the drifting edge off! Get him off the field! That was diabolical! Get him off the field! That's just typical of what it is! Get him walking! They don't like it! Walk him, Campbell, if you've got it in bottle! If you've got it in bottle, Campbell, he should walk! That was absolute diabolical! It's going to be a yellow card! I can't speak!
Mick Morgan, fantastic.
Famous commentator.
Fantastic commentator at Cass, and he's done it for years and still doing it now. And he's got nicknames for all the boys who play down there, and most of the other players who are special on his list for other teams as well. But I came off the bench in that game, and that was probably the first touch of the ball I had, and got a clean out by Kelvin Skerritt. It wasn't anything sort of rare in those days. That was part of the game. I think he probably did it a little bit too openly and got pinged for the penalty, but he didn't really catch me, to be honest. Didn't realise in the game, and for it to be as big as it is, and it's gone all over the world, and through Mick Morgan's commentary, and people then started realising, oh, is that you? Is that you? Is that you? And yeah, it was a massive game for us to play in back then. I was only a young kid. I'd have been about 19, 20, and to win that Regal Trophy in the fashion we did, that was more the memory for me until about 3-4 years ago when this commentary clip started coming up on social media. But great occasion.
Where are you taking us today, Paul? We're going to go for a bit of breakfast. We're on Takapuna Beach. Takapuna. I keep getting it wrong.
Easy for you to say.
And then we're going to go see Julian O'Neill. What's his crack? He's got a boat down here.
Yeah, he's got a jet boat. He runs a jet boat tour from Auckland Viaduct, so right in the city. He's going to take us on a bit of a spin, give you a bit of excitement, I guess. You'll be able to put the GoPro on or whatever you've got and show everyone back home. But he's
not seen him for a long time, and he had a little surprise in store for us on Julian O'Neill's jet boat. Since finishing with rugby league, he's got himself a double VA engine jet boat, which he cruises round Auckland Harbour, doing 360-degree turns at 50 miles an hour.
Julian, how long have you had this Auckland jet?
I started this in December 2010, so nearly 7 years now.
And I can see on the wall that you've had loads of rugby players on here, so it's a big Kiwi boys.
Yeah, lots of different rugby and league players and few famous people, but you probably wouldn't know them here. They're famous in New Zealand.
Who's your favourite? Who's the most famous?
Probably Snoop Dogg.
What? Really?
What? Yeah. D.O. double G.
You've got your ring on as well, Super League for 2000, so look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've probably put on 15 kilos since then, that's why I can't get it off.
Check this out.
Oh, let's go to work. Let's go to work. Yo. See I work, then I play. Get the job done, no delay, say what I wanna say, get out.
I'm so excited. This could be the highlight of the trip for me. We've come down, I think it's called Manly. It's not Manly Beach, obviously, in Australia. It's in Auckland, and it's I don't know, seems to be mid-island. I've come to see my old coach Brian McLennan, Bluey, who's right here. He's going to take us out fishing. He's been promising me since I first met him maybe 10 years ago that he'd take us to get some snapper, and we just met him at his house, 40-minute drive. He dropped his car off yesterday, and Alex, for the first time, has pushed the boat out into the sea, and just can't wait to whip in.
John's a keen angler back in the UK, mate.
Oh mate, love it.
How does this compare though on this beautiful lake?
It compares to nothing else I've experienced really, because it's not like this in Bromley or anywhere close. I've been to Whitby a couple of times, which is pretty good, but it's a while away, isn't it? But last time I went fishing was 2008 in sea, and it was out off Hunter River, Newcastle, Australia, and I had to beg all the boys to come with me to make the trip worthwhile, to pay for it, but I ended up spending about 3 hours on bottom of a boat, seasick, so thankfully it's nice and calm, and it will be alright, but I'm looking forward to getting into a big snapper.
What do we call this bay, Bri?
This is called Wangaparaoa Harbour. So Wangaparaoa in Māori means Bay of Whales. So yeah, she's a big bay out there, and got Orewa and Warkworth, all the islands out there. It's a fantastic harbour.
I was looking forward to coming and see you today and catching up about life since obviously coming back from Leeds, from coaching. How's life treating you now?
Yeah, really good, thanks, Alex. I've got a business locally. We live here on this peninsula here. It's probably about 10 miles long. There's about 8 different beaches. So no matter what way the wind's blowing, you can go to a nice calm bay and throw a line in the water. And yeah, we're really well. Family's well, happy, and really good to have you guys here. Like Jonesy and I used to chat at, when we were in Leeds, and he always told me his passion of fishing, and it was something I always wanted to do, was be able to get this young fella out and get him out on the water.
Thank you so much for making my childhood dream come true.
No worries,
it's great
brother.
to see you, legend. Thank you very much.
RugbyAM Down Under, proudly sponsored by Glory Days, the UK's #1 choice for your worldwide sporting tours. RugbyAM Down Under, proudly sponsored by Glory Days, the UK's #1 choice for your worldwide sporting tours.
You went over and spent time in England. What do you remember about your time in England, and did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the fans, the people?
When I look back at it now, it was one of the best years of my rugby league life, and probably played in one of the most important games of my life, being my last professional game, and that was the promotion relegation.
Yeah,
it was a £1 million game, and livelihoods, proud history from the Wakefield Wildcats were on the line. Some Neil Fox and some really big guys that over the years have been legends of the game. We're playing for their reputation, we're playing for their legacy, and to keep us up, and to watch Wakefield play this year and climb up the top 8.
Yeah.
Man, I was so proud. But I liked a lot about England, man. When I first got there, I didn't like too much. It was dark and cold at 3 p.m. at night. But the lads were great, whether they be locals or they're Australian boys or for whatever. I like the way you could express yourself and play a bit of football. And the fans are amazing, and they get out and they sing, and they have a bit of fun.
We've seen a few of the boys in the background, the first team boys, head at S&C down here. It must be great to be still involved with the game.
Yeah, it is, mate, and I think when I retired in 08, it was good to get involved with the boys and try and pass on my knowledge, and just to be one of our S&C department. You know, we've got about 4 or 5 in our department, and Alex Corvo's come on board, who's come from a prestige history with the Canberra Raiders and the Melbourne Storm and the Broncos. So it's great to be under his guidance again, because when I was with him a long time ago, I was the guinea pig. Now I'm actually in his team. Oh man! Yeah, so we spread the aloofas, mate. We spread the love, and you know, everyone's got a certain element of the S&C. So there's speed, Jim, Ricky Love, and the boss man with the burpees. Just the toughest comp in the world, you know. So and that's what we need week in, week out, mate, to get that trophy that we need here to go with this flash facilities.
Today we've come to Aurora College, and you can see the boys working hard in the background because teacher, that's right, teacher is the big man himself, the original volcano, Les Nivinacola. Les, how is life treating you after rugby league?
No, it's been good. It's tough, you know. I won't lie. There's some tough times, but you know, that's just like the, you know, you're moving into the real world from dream world. And you know, you got to push through that the extra meters and extra time, you know, to make yourself come out of that comfort zone to this kind of world.
Deep. Good. Let's go. I spoke to Lee Breers, and I know Rob Burrows just retired and he's gone into coaching. And Lee Breers said, and Chev Walker actually said, they get a lot more out of coaching than they ever did playing. How has it been for you? Because you've got some lads here who really look up to you, they really respect you, and you've got obviously some real talent as well. Do you get a lot out of coaching these young boys?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he is right. You learn a lot from the game, and just doing the little things right. You know, the technical tackling, support, the offload, little things like that. You know, it's.
Does it frustrate you as well?
It is. It is, because as you see, you know, some of them can be a little rough, but you know, that's part of the job. You know, you rough them up a bit more, and then he'll come back to normal. And I'm quite lucky and privileged to be in Aurora College and give that chance to be a coach here and teach them and do mentoring as well at the Aurora College.
JJ, you're the skipper, you're captain of the first team. What's it like to have Les as a coach for you?
It's good to have someone with his experience in the team and just sharing his knowledge that he has. And yeah, it's all good.
What have you learned from him as a player and as a person?
Maybe just drive for better things and commit to trainings, and then you could be in a position where he's at.
When you finish playing and you have to face the fans still idolise you, is that a nice thing or is that tough to deal with?
It's a nice thing, you know. It's always nice to have the fans still remember you, you know, and you can't hide from it. That's one thing that I kind of do myself is being humble is hide, you know. And at the moment it's like, oh well, I have my time, and, you know, and kids coming through, and you know, I might as well just be me, and you know, just still greeting the fan and stuff like that, and mate, I love it.
What have you learned from Big Les?
To be happy, smile every day. Yeah.
And honestly, do you reckon because of his coaching and his attitude and obviously his experience, is going to be a better opportunity for some of you young boys to achieve your dreams and maybe go on to play league or play union for the Kiwis?
I guess what the boys put their mindset to it, anything is possible.
Come on, Dave.
Yeah.
Must be the hairstyle, like. Let's go.
How did it rise and stand up with pride in our voices so high as we reach for the sky? Let our faith be our strength as we walk through this life. Out it is that tall as we strive to come forth. Out it rise and lift your heads high. Out it rise and look to the sky.
made a mistake that could cost my life. I forgot my media accreditation back at the hotel on the tripod, so I had to run back for it and get a taxi cab by myself without the big man Simo and some of the other guys. And if we didn't already mention it this morning, we're outnumbered 9-1. 9-1 England to Tongans. But I reckon if I keep my mouth shut, I might blend in, because I look a lot more like a Tongan than Jimmy does. I feel like a fish out of water, but I've always been a fish out of water all my life. It was pretty amazing and quite a cool World Cup. Wow, wow. I'll see you soon if I make it out alive. Alright, bye.
England, it's going off here at Mount Smart Stadium. There's a sea of red outside. The crowds are waiting in perfect anticipation for this huge semi-final of the World Cup. I don't think there's ever been scenes like this at a rugby league game before. RugbyAM are here with all these fantastic people. Let's go find out what this game means to the Tongan community.
It means a lot because, you know, we're a tiny country, and, you know, as you can see, I think this is all the Tongans in Auckland. They're going to pack out the stage. They're expecting about 30,000, most of Tongans.
And you've come a long way today to support Tonga.
I have. We had Thanksgiving dinner in San Francisco last night, caught the plane red-eye, and got in this morning at 8:30.
So we're a performance group from Whalaha, and our symbol back in the days, I think our prayers were a bit naughty. So we've got the axe and the big knife, so that kind of represents our village, what we have there. And we have one person that's in the team that's from our village. So
Who's that? Who's in the
Michael Jennings.
Michael Jennings from your village?
His grandpa's from our village. You know, we try connect where we can, and yeah, we say he's from our village, so he's from Whalaha.
We've all got some fantastic outfits on. Are these traditional Tongan dress?
Yeah, definitely. So these are called Tenga Taolungas. So Taolunga is like one of our items in Tonga. So yeah, so this was a reflection of that. But you can wear it anywhere, like any item you perform.
And you've got the flag behind us. Talk us through the chat. Mate, what does it mean?
So mate means die, and then ma'a means for, and then obviously Tonga. So die for Tonga.
How did it feel when a superstar like Jason Tamalolo made the decision to play for the country that means so much to him?
I feel very proud, because he didn't do it for the money. He just did it because he was passionate about playing for his country.
Talk to us about what the feelings like, the vibes like with the Tonga fans.
I can't even put it into words. This is the most unbelievable experience I've ever had in my life, and I've been to some games before, I tell you, and this is just tops every single bit of it. It's unbelievable.
You've just been on the shoulders of a Tongan fan. How did that happen?
If I tell you how it feels, I'd be rude, so it won't work because I'm hurting, I'll tell you.
Some might say controversial, but I think a win's always a win, and we've made the final. Great comeback from Tonga though, and for me the best thing about it is that nobody's mourning, they're still singing, they're still praying, and they're doing some great things. What an atmosphere. That must have been one of the best games you've ever been to.
It's unbelievable experience. What a game, what a win, what fans these Tongans have, but we did the job.
Yeah, lovely people. We've never had an atmosphere like it in our lives. I don't think ever will again, will we?
I've never seen anything like it in my life. I've watched rugby for 50 odd years, I've never seen anything like it.
Do you reckon that'll be a game people will talk about for years?
I will think so, yeah.
You have to be...
RugbyAM Down Under, proudly sponsored by Glory Days, the UK's #1 choice for your worldwide sporting tours.